Perfect. Well, I'm Tessa Smith with Mama's Geeky. Thank you both so much for taking the time today.
Thank you.
I love this first episode. I feel like it's just scratching the surface of what's to come, and I cannot wait to see the rest of the season. For you guys, what was it that made you want to be a part of Goosebumps?
For me, I grew up reading the stories. They were always in my school library when I was a kid. Shout out to Miss Margolis. I love her. And they left such an impression on me. And I'm also a huge horror action person. So when I got this, this opportunity in my inbox, I was like, whoa. And then it came to meeting her, and I was like, I'm just gonna see myself out. Like, that's crazy.
I love her so much. Yeah, for me, I read, as a mom, it's anything that I can get my kids off of a tablet, out from the video games and what have you. So trying to find a series of books that they really enjoyed, and Goosebumps really hit the spot for us. So that A, B, David Schwimmer was in it, and C, we got to shoot in New York. We're both from New York, so for me, it was just like the best of all worlds.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys about filming in New York because it's so cool because so often you don't actually film in the city that you're supposedly in. So what
That's
was
right.
it like for you guys filming here?
A dream.
Oh, it was amazing. It was so fun.
We're both New Yorkers, and we were shooting in places that neither of us have ever been. Like, I'd never
Yeah.
been to Fort Totten. There were so many undiscovered
Queens.
places. Yeah, like all these places in Queens that
Yeah.
so it was so cool.
And we were eating constantly.
Oh, the
I would get
food.
boxes of cannolis and bring them to set. I actually got a whole pizza one day, and I bought ziti and I put it on top of the pizza, and then I ate the
When
whole
I
pizza.
tell you, I
It
mean,
was so
Jamaican
good.
food, Trinidadian food,
Puerto
like
Rican food.
Puerto Rico, like we
It was
were in
amazing.
heaven.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, now I want to try penne on top of pizza because that sounds it's like two of my favorite things. Why would I not put them together?
I know, right?
It's great. That's a great tip. Thank you. I appreciate that. So when it comes to, like you said, you guys know the books pretty well. Is there one that maybe you would have liked to adapt? I know it's hard because you can't really talk about all the ones that are in here, but is there one that maybe sticks out to you as a favorite book when you were reading them?
Someone earlier had mentioned the haunted mask, and that stuck with me because the thought of not being able to take off your face
Yeah.
and your face is grotesque, I would lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be cool to film too, sort of like,
Yeah.
that would be interesting to play. I think we got lucky because this sort of the haunted car is such a good one, and that's incorporated in this
It's a big part of it.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a good one. I mean, they're all good, let's be honest
yeah.
here, they
There's so
all have
many.
something.
There's so many.
Choose.
Yeah, what do you guys think it is about Goosebumps? Because like I read them growing up and now I read them with my kids, What do you think it is about Goosebumps that makes it just last through the generations?
I think Goosebumps is great because it hits, I mean, obviously it hits for kids, but it's about so many heightened emotions. And I think when we're young in life and we're learning a lot, horror is such a great genre to explore what life is. You get fear, but you also get so much heart and you get so much humor. And it's like everything is right there. And then Goosebumps makes it fun.
Yeah.
So like, who wouldn't want to stick around for that?
Yeah. I think that's exactly right. I think the fact that there's enough humor in it to really balance it out with everything else that's going on it makes it really special.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, I revisit and I get excited whenever I like pick up the book and the covers are always very cool. So I'd love to know for you guys, like, I know we've gotten like the little teaser key art with David Schwimmer's face, but are you excited to see what else they come up with the posters?
So excited.
I'm stoked because
Yeah.
that day that we shot all that was really fun.
Yeah.
And it was so creative. I've not ever gotten to do anything like that
Really?
no. And because it was horror and they had so many different sort of ways that they were shooting it, I'm really excited to see what it ends up looking like.
Yeah, we were on some cool sets.
We were.
We were doing cool things.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I can't wait to see the rest of them, the rest of the posters when they come out. What would you say to people who maybe I don't know how, maybe they've missed Goosebumps and they don't really know anything about it? What would you say to them to describe Goosebumps and this series?
What would you say?
I would say you're in for supernatural jump scares, monsters, gooey.
With a lot of fun and a lot of heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it. You're like, she's the pro over here. Was there anything when you got the scripts that you can talk about that maybe you were like most excited to film?
Oh, that's so hard because there's so much we can't talk about.
I mean, it's well, the thing is that we didn't get them a lot in advance,
Yeah.
right? So we would get them sort of as it was going. But I think for me, I mostly worked with Francesca and David. So and I was really lucky that they wrote, it wasn't all just, I love doing the action stuff because I never get to do that really. But I also, on the flip side, got to have some like really emotional, down to earth scenes, which, usually this kind of a show, it's either one or the other, and this time I got both. I was like being chased and doing all this cool green screen stuff. And I had like really emotional scenes with this incredibly talented human over here.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I do have to say that I love Victor. It is one of my favorite series. My 13-year-old is queer, and we watched it together, and it meant so much to our family. So I just had to tell you that.
Thank you. I really do appreciate you saying so.
Yes, thank
Thank
you so much.